Hi, my name is Corey Minter, and I am president of Trinity Employment Specialists. Trinity, we are a staffing company, and we specialize in staffing in almost everything in the medical field, from a medical receptionist all the way up to a nurse practitioner. In between there are LPNs, RNs, medical assistants, x-ray techs, really all of the positions in the middle of the medical field. Then we also focus on finance, accounting, and banking, and customer service as it relates to finance. So it's more of a collections type of a role is what we specialize in providing. We do this in both the Tulsa and the Oklahoma City markets. Today, just real quickly, I want to talk about something that somebody asked me about not too long ago, and I'm actually needing to do a presentation on it in this Saturday. So this is kind of a practice run to see how it goes, but let's see if you find this resonating. I want to talk about the art of persuasion. I'm going to talk to a group of people who are section leaders of a church. So really what they do is they're basically like they're pastors of a small section of a megachurch. And this is probably one of the most difficult things that I've ever done in ministry. I've been a section leader for probably 3 years now. And it is you have to be very diligent in your time. So I want to talk about the art of persuasion in getting people to be interested and want to engage in conversation with you. Whether you're trying to do sales or whether you're trying to just get what you want, these principles are things that I've developed and learned over the last 10 years of owning and operating my business. You know, we started out as nothing, and now we're a multi-million-dollar organization, and we were one of Inc. magazine's fastest-growing companies in America last year. And so these are some of the techniques that I use, and I think that there are going to be a lot of people that think that this is interesting. The thing is, persuasion is not what most people think that it is. A lot of people think that if you're a persuasive person, you talk a lot and you've got this really dynamic personality. And I've really found that is the exact opposite. I've always had a pretty outgoing personality. I've had it all my life. But I'll tell you one way to turn people away, and that is not listen to them and talk the whole time. Trust me, you'll bore everyone around. And the people that are most likely buying from you need to feel important. And so one of I think the most important organ in the human being body to persuasion are your ears. It's taking the time to listen to the people that are around you. And asking them detailed questions. When you engage with them and show them your interest, I even want to encourage everyone there to use your body language to show this. A lot of times I'll really engage kind of like this, and I'll lean in and show the person that I'm interested in them. And then I'll validate it with further questions. But the thing is when you're doing less of the talking, most likely that's when you're doing most of the persuading, is by asking those questions. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why that it's so important. One is that in our culture, most people are interested primarily in only one person, and that is themselves. And so you go around and trying to find someone that is willing, that has the, I don't know if it's the maturity or just the discipline of listening, is rare. It's just rare. And so when other people find someone who is not only willing to listen to them, but also willing to listen to them intently and give them good feedback, immediately they feel probably the most valuable that they felt all day long. And it was just because that person asked the right questions and took the time to listen and not interrupt. And so you make the person feel like they are the most valued person in the room. That is one of the reasons why people see this as so valuable. The next thing is that listening gives you knowledge of that individual. And I don't want anybody to take this as like a negative thing, like a manipulative thing, but knowledge gives you power. Knowledge gives you ideas at where to go in the conversation that you ordinarily might not have. And so from a sales standpoint, well, if they might, and probably will in most cases, reveal to you what their needs are. If you'll just ask them, they'll tell you. It's remarkable. But in all the salespeople that I've ever trained, they just want to go in there and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they bore everyone there. And if they would have taken time to really ask the right questions and listen, they would have been able to pinpoint the right things to talk about and talk about those things, and it hones in on what that person is interested in. Because remember back what I just said earlier, who is the most important person to everybody else? It's themselves and what their interests are. And so when you put other people's interests first, all of a sudden they will feel valued. And once they feel valued, and once they feel truly listened to, they will want to mirror this activity. So what that means is they will be willing then to listen to you. And so once you listen to someone, show them that they're valuable, all of a sudden things switch, and now you have a platform at which they listen to you, because it is a human nature, weird, just natural thing to do, is that if you listen to someone else, they will want to mirror that activity and then listen to you. But you've got to be smart enough and mature enough and wise enough to do the listening first, and then you'll gain influence for the person. So that's the first lesson. The next thing, I think it's probably the number 2 big thing for what are we talking about? Persuasion here, is to show strength and confidence in whatever it is that you're talking about. So knowledge is power. Studying up and having a good, solid knowledge base about what you're talking about, and being a good resource is, in a confident way, is something that people are drawn to. I want to ask you, take 2 or 3 seconds and just think about the people in your life right now that are unbelievably confident. Like, they know what they want. And pay attention to what you think whenever they speak. If they're the type of person that listens to you, really pays attention, and then when they talk, they are confident and strong, you instantaneously want to listen to this person. And so becoming that to other people will give them comfort that they are being led by good, solid leadership. Showing strength in your voice, showing strength in your poise, even in your body language, is a vital, important piece to this pie. If you can't think of anyone, think about John Wayne movies. You just never wanted to mess with John Wayne. Why? Because he knew what the crud to do. In any kind of situation, even if he didn't know what he wanted to do, like he sounded like he knew what he wanted to do. And I'm telling you that is a trait of a really great leader, is showing strength. Something that you need to do. Also, just being diligent and being reliable and being consistent. In this situation where I'm going to be speaking to the section leaders of a church, one of the things that I will want to really harp on is being diligent. Be there, be consistent, and that goes a long way. That develops trust over time. But you have to remain positive. And so being a positive individual, just in general, it is something that people like to follow. They like to be around these type of people. It makes them feel better about themselves, and you have to put some effort into doing that. And so I've got 4 things here that help me more than anything else has in trying to lead other people, trying to be of an influence on other people. And these are it. I tell everybody, you should write these down. These are really, really good hints here to live by. The first thing is whatever it is that you commit that you are going to do, commit to being the very best that you can be. Most people won't do this. In fact, 95% of the people probably do not do this. Just a simple commitment to be the very best that you can be that day. Whatever it is that you do, don't shortcut things. Don't do it halfway. Be prudent in the way that you do your work. Be diligent in the way that you do your work. And silently, you won't have to say a word. Silently, people will want to follow you. I promise you this. The next thing is look for other ways. Look for ways to help other people that you come in contact with get what they want. And there's a hint to this, okay? You cannot do it so that you'll get something else back later. Don't go help somebody get what they want and expect something from them. If you do that, you're going to ruin the whole thing. You'll ruin joy. You'll be frustrated your whole life if you go do that. Don't go do that. This is what I want you to do. Go help someone. Listen to them. Find out their needs and go help them. Just make a small little step. You don't have to make big steps. Make a small little step to help them get what they want. You go do this, okay? And if you do this over a year's time, you are not going to believe the snowball of good things that are going to come your way, because they are going to reciprocate this. Not all of them. In fact, most of them won't. But there are a small core group of people that you go out and help, and I'm telling you, they are going to reciprocate this in ways that you would have never thought. You'll grow more in 1 year by helping other people get what they want than you ever will if you just go and try to get what you want the whole year and be diligent in that. Really, really huge key here. Look out for other people's in front of yourself. Trust me. The next thing is to be grateful for what you've been given. Being grateful is a huge, huge key to happiness and joy. I'm telling you. And I was watching this video, and I'm going long here, but I'm going to finish it. There was a video of this guy, and he was playing a ping pong match with this guy. And I mean, it was just going, you know how they get far off the table, and they're just whacking it back and forth. And finally, this guy over on the far side of the table wins the point, right? And so when you're watching this video, that's all you see, that he won the point. You're like, dadgum, that was a good match. Good for you, bud. And so this guy starts doing a serious Michael Jackson type dance, and it goes for like at least a minute. Like, he is just dancing. And then he gets up in the guy's face like this and goes, ugh, Well, the camera, this is a pro match, and the camera just zooms over to the score, and the guy that was doing the dance was 1, and the guy that was over here was 10, And so this guy's like, so what I'm saying is, all right, the point of that whole video, and I wish I could show it to you because it's really funny. Don't be afraid to celebrate the small things. And be grateful for the small things that you've been given. I mean, that dude's losing 0. I mean, he was 0 to 10 there when he won that point. And all of a sudden he gets a point and he does a huge celebration. And I think that we have to do that in normal day life. We have to celebrate the small things. But the thing is, just be grateful for what you've been given. Don't be looking to everybody else and trying to get what they have. It's a key to unhappiness. Just be grateful for what you've been given. This will give you the kind of attitude, I'm telling you, people are going to want to follow. Last thing is, believe the best is yet to come. There are going to be a lot of things that are going to happen to you in your life. Same thing with me. I had something happen this morning. Very unfortunate. I didn't like it. But as an overall, if you will have an attitude of believing the best is yet to come, everybody needs hope. That gives you the hope that you need. When you exude this to other people, I'm telling you, they'll want to follow you. They're going to want to listen to you. These are the ways that you gain influence on people. What I like to try to do, I want to be an influencer of influencers. And however you want your influence to be and at what level, these things, I'm telling you, it's my key to success in life. I hope this helps you. Trinity would love to help you if we can with your job search. Give us a call at 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com. Thank you.